The 191 victims of the devastating explosion that tore through the Lebanese capital were remembered 1 month on. A vigil was held outside the port, where nearly 3,000 tons of ammonium nitrate, unsafely stored in a warehouse, ignited one of the largest non-nuclear explosions in history. 1 minute of silence was observed at the exact time of the explosion, 6:08 p.m. It was a moment many still vividly remember.
Sorry, I got emotional. It took me back for a month ago. I keep seeing the victims of this blast. I keep seeing all the houses destroyed. And till now, we don't have really a responsible of all that. And this is really frustrating.
Port and customs employees have been arrested, but many Lebanese believe senior officials as high up as the president should be the ones to be held accountable. They were aware of the highly explosive material and did nothing about it. Today is about justice.
Rawan, she's 20 years old. She works at a restaurant. She literally worked every single day in order to sustain her parents financially, and they took her life. They took her right to live.
A kilometer away, a desperate search for life underneath the rubble of a building that collapsed from the impact of the blast. A sniffer dog alerted a team from Chile that were surveying the damage in the neighborhood. Specialist sensors then detected breathing, 18 breaths a minute, which gave hope. 24 hours later, the breathing slowed significantly. Rescuers refused to say when they last had proof of life, but they did promise not to call off the search until they have answers. It's unlikely someone could have survived for a month under the debris, but it is not unheard of. And while many remained hopeful, it was yet another example of the state failing its people.
A month later, we're still digging out bodies. Why did it take so long? This is another commemorative moment where we have to pay attention to how the situation was dealt with. It was dealt in a very haphazardly manner, non-professional manner, and honestly, I hate to say this, with absolutely no conscience and no feelings and no humanity.
There was already much outrage over how the authorities handled the crisis since the port explosion. They have been absent in the rescue, relief, recovery, and rebuilding efforts. It's volunteers, local and international NGOs who have taken the lead. And yet again, it is them on the front lines of Lebanon's latest calamity. Many wonder if it was false hope or whether there was a real chance to find life amid all the darkness.